For years, my life with my wife, Claire, seemed like a fairy tale. We had been married for over 10 years, and together, we had built everything that most people would envy. We had a beautiful house, a great circle of friends, and a wonderful daughter, Mia, who was the light of our lives. Claire was the love of my life, my confidant, my partner, everything. Our marriage, despite the occasional bumps in the road, always felt solid. Claire had a best friend, Lila, who had been in our lives for just as long. Lila and I had always gotten along, and I trusted her like a sister. She was someone Claire relied on for advice and support, and I respected the bond they shared. Lila had been a constant presence in our home, celebrating birthdays, holidays, and family gatherings with us, dot dot. But all of that to change. It started like any other Friday evening. I had just finished a long week at work and was looking forward to a quiet dinner at home with Claire and Mia. Lila had been over earlier that day, helping Claire with some errands. It was a typical afternoon, nothing out of the ordinary. Later that evening, I was sitting in the living room, scrolling through my phone, when Claire and Lila arrived home. They were laughing, and Claire was telling a story about something that had happened while shopping. But when Lila looked at me, her smile faltered for just a second, and I felt a chill run down my spine. "John, can we talk?" Lila's voice was unusually serious. I looked at her, then at Claire, who was still smiling but seemed slightly uneasy. "What's wrong?" I asked, my stomach suddenly tight. Lila paused, her expression softening. "It's about Claire, and about something you don't know," she said quietly, almost as if she were hesitant to speak the words aloud. I raised an eyebrow, confused. "What do you mean?" Lila took a deep breath before speaking. "I didn't want to tell you this, but I think you deserve to know. Claire and Mark, they've been having an affair." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. I couldn't speak. I just sat there, trying to process what Lila had said. I turned to look at Claire, whose face had gone pale. The smile that had been on her face moments ago was gone, replaced by a look of guilt and fear. I I can explain," Claire whispered, her voice shaking. But I didn't hear her. All I could think of was the betrayal, the years of trust that had been shattered in an instant. "Mark, your business partner?" I asked, barely able to get the words out. Mark was someone I had trusted, someone I had worked alongside for years. He and Claire had always seemed close, but I never thought there was anything more to it. Claire nodded slowly, her eyes filled with tears. "It started months ago. I never meant for it to happen, but it did." I couldn't comprehend it. I had given everything to our marriage, had supported her through thick and thin, and now this. As the shock started to set in, I turned to Lila, who seemed just as heartbroken. "Why are you telling me this now?" I asked, my voice a mixture of confusion and anger. "Why didn't you say something sooner?" Lila hesitated before responding. "I've known for a while, John, but I didn't know how to tell you. I thought Claire would come clean on her own, but she didn't. I just couldn't keep this secret anymore." I stood up, pacing around the room. This is insane. I don't even know what to say." Claire reached out to me, her hand trembling. "John, please, let me explain." I couldn't look at her. I couldn't even bring myself to be near her. My mind was racing. Everything we had built, everything I had believed in, had been shattered in a matter of seconds. "I need space," I muttered, walking out of the room and into the backyard. The cool night air hit me, but it didn't calm the storm inside me. I needed to think. I needed to understand why this happened. How could she do this to me? How could she betray me like this? But as I stood there, the silence of the night pressing in, something else hit me like a wave. My daughter, Mia, my little girl. She had always been the glue that held our family together, but what was she going through in all of this? That's when it hit me something was wrong. Mia had been acting distant lately, almost like she was hiding something. I remembered the way she had been so quiet after coming back from her weekend with Claire's parents. Had she known about this? Had she been keeping secrets from me too? Later that evening, after Lila left, I sat down with Claire to try to piece together what had happened. I needed answers. I needed to know why. I never meant to hurt you, John, Claire said, her voice trembling. It was a mistake, I swear. I don't know why I did it, Mark. He was always there for me, and I just felt so lost. It wasn't about you. It was about me. Her words felt hollow. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After everything, I still wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe that we could fix this, but it felt like the damage was done. How could I trust her again? But then, just as I was about to say something, Mia walked into the room, her eyes red from crying. Mia, honey, what's wrong? I asked, rushing to her side. She shook her head, but then, to my horror, she looked up at me and said, I knew, Dad. I knew about the affair. I've known for months. I froze. What do you mean you knew? Mia's eyes were filled with tears, and her voice broke as she spoke. I overheard Mom and Mark talking. They didn't know I was listening, but I heard everything. I tried to keep it from you, but I couldn't anymore. I couldn't let you be the last to know. The weight of her words hit me harder than anything Claire had said. Mia, my daughter, had known about the affair all along. She had been carrying this burden by herself, keeping it a secret to protect me, and now it was all out in the open. I felt a wave of guilt wash over me. I had failed her. I had failed to protect her from the lies, from the broken trust. She had seen everything, and she had been forced to live with it while I remained blind. In the days that followed, I barely spoke to Claire. I couldn't find the words to express the anger, the hurt, the betrayal I felt. I moved into the guest room, giving both of us space to think. Mia and I spent more time together, trying to rebuild some semblance of normalcy. It was hard, it was painful. But through it all, I couldn't help but admire her strength. She had known the truth, and she had tried to protect me, even at the cost of her own peace of mind. I don't know where things will go from here. Claire and I are still trying to figure things out. She says she wants to fix our marriage, but I don't know if I can ever trust her again. I'm not sure what the future holds, but one thing is certain. I won't let anyone else hurt my daughter again. As for Mia, she's been my rock. She's shown me what real strength looks like, and I'll do everything I can to make sure she never has to carry this weight again. Together we'll heal and we'll move forward, no matter what the future holds.